guys, this is Captain Fruit reporting for duty. You know, wow. First of all, I want to preface this. Please don't attack anybody or ever be mean. People are allowed to have opinions. And when I seen this article, that's one of the first things that jumped out to me. There was a couple things. You see, I don't do a lot of videos like this, but I do ones that maybe I have something a little different to say. And this one says, from Comic Book News, fans reject Captain Marvel by Matt McGlowan, whatever. Now, I'm going to talk about a little my thoughts about the current book and all that is what it says here. Anyway, it says bad news for Captain Marvel as comic book fans and social media have rejected the current version of Carol Danvers in the comic books. Yeah, and that's been going on. This book has been rebooted many times now, quite a few, and I truly do that. I mean, that's quite a few. A fan tweeted that, and this is where it gets a little mean in my opinion. The fan tweeted that Captain Marvel book is currently the best comic book on the shelf and included art of the character using her hands like a gun blasting at an energy creature. They actually show that picture here. Boom. Okay? Now, and here's this person here. From a strictly good old superhero standpoint, Captain Marvel is the best comic on the shelves at this moment. And here's the thing. I think that people are pretty harsh on this. We're all allowed to have opinions, and that person might truly think that. And you know what? If that's the case, more power to them. I think everybody should be allowed to have an opinion. So, for that matter, I want to say that right away. The tweet has received a lot of reactions for comic book fans, which can be viewed below. Where, just as I have pointed out many times, the fans reply noting the comic book has never been a big seller, it's been relaunched like 100 times, and the character isn't all that powerful. Now, there's some truth to that. Just for the record, this book has been relaunched. It actually started originally as Miss Marvel, and then they relaunched it again later on, another title of Miss Marvel, which is arguably the second one, was probably the best one in my opinion personally, and then they relaunched it as Captain Marvel and relaunched it again and again and again. It just never really was able to garner positive attention and sales. The sales were always pretty low. Marvel itself tried to pump up recognition for it and tried to make it sound like it was better than what it was, like saying, oh, we're reprinting this and reprinting that. But what they didn't say is that the print runs were incredibly low. It just never really sold that well. It just didn't. That's what it does. So anyway, it received a lot of reactions from comic book fans, which can be viewed, and they do have them here on this site. And it says, where just as I have pointed out many times that fans have replied, noting the comic book has never been a big seller. It's been relaunched like a lot of times, like I was saying. But here it is. What is funny is that while promoting the release of Captain Marvel, the movie starring Brie Larson, Kevin Feige actually said the character is one of the most popular and powerful in comics, which is obviously a ploy to sell the character to his normie audience who has never purchased or read comic books and never will. Feige now says Scarlet Witch is the most powerful in the MCU. Now let's talk about that a little bit here. Now, I want to make sure you know this. I am a Captain Marvel fan. I liked her as Miss Marvel particularly. I don't like a lot of the changes they did to the character after that. I don't hate the new outfit either. I actually like the new outfit. Just went through several of those, like, not that good. I love the Miss Marvel outfit. This is actually going back to the original Miss Marvel outfit and takes a spin on that. So there's really nothing wrong with that. Though, of course, the Miss Marvel outfit was pretty awesome. Now, Kevin Feige definitely was full of crap when he said that she's one of the most popular characters. Because in all honesty, she never was. She had a little bit of popularity, but she did not ever have a massive amount. She was never really able to hold a series for a long period of time because the sales just weren't there. People just weren't grabbing onto the book. They weren't digging it. With that said, that's just the way it is. People are going to like certain characters. Even back then, she was more popular. In my opinion, I think she was more popular as Ms. Marvel. And her books did sell better than what they do today. That's why I'm basing that off of sales. Which is sad because now she's got a movie, she's in the MCU, and people just aren't grabbing onto it. And I think part of the reason is the portrayal of the character in the MCU was nothing like the original Miss Marvel. Matter of fact, what we have now for Carol Danvers isn't much like the original Miss Marvel either, and that's what made her good. She had flaws, she had interesting things about her, and on top of that, she was never one of the most powerful in comics. She did have our incarnations like as binary and things, but she wasn't like, oh, she can take down Thanos. That was just, once again, playing to the audience of people that don't buy the books. And now when he said Scarlet Witch, that has a better chance of being more accurate. It said MC rumors also offer Disney isn't happy with Brie Larson. Where interestingly enough, we see the writing and directing team of the first movie is not returning and the sequel isn't even titled Captain Marvel, but The Marvels, and has added new actors and characters. And I think that's a good thing, because let's be honest, the other one, the original movie, probably did as well as it did due to the other Marvel movies holding it up. It was marketed as, this is a key point, you need to watch this before the next big Marvel movie with the Avengers getting together. So it really gave it artificial pumping. I think Marvel's seeing and Disney saying that, this isn't going to have that. It doesn't have that lead-in. A lead-in is very important. For people that don't understand that, go, oh, that's not true. Look at television. Television is very, very showy in how they do that, and very important to see this method. They realize that the show previously to a show that people are going to watch is important. That show, if it leads into it, could help carry the next show, or they could use the next show to help pull in people. So what I might say is, let's say they'd put a Friends, and then they'd put another show on another show that's not as well known, because people would watch Friends might stick through and give the other one a shot. And that's really a lot of the carryover Captain Marvel had, which it probably isn't going to have now. And so it's a good idea to try to make it stand on its own. Now that's the thing, a lot of people didn't really, much as they might want to try to say otherwise, the movie was met with a meh. I don't think it was terrible, but I don't think it was great in any way. It was one of the lesser Marvel movies, and that's a shame, because I like the character Carol Danvers. I just don't think she was portrayed well. Once again, please don't mean me as a person. Another thing too, this comic book gets hit on a lot for art, and the art has been all over the map. Though I will say right now, the art is some of the better art we've seen from this title for a while, which is not phenomenal, but it's passable. And especially if considering what we've seen a lot from Marvel lately, I think, look, she looks like a female again. That helps. And once again, don't it's sexist and things. A woman is a woman, plain and simple. There's other incarnations you couldn't even tell. She's just drawn so not really well. This looks more like the original Carol Danvers. That's what I'm trying to get at. If you look at the original books of Carol Danvers, she is a shapely female, and she was proud of that too. So why take that away from her? And all these people about body shaming. Well, that's body shaming if you want to take that away from her, right? And as I said, I don't hate this new outfit. I actually quite like it. It's a throwback to the original Legacy outfit, so I have no problem there. I'm not trying to say, oh, she needs to show off all this skin and stuff. But the fan reaction to this person, once again, be nice. People are allowed to have different opinions. Constantly taking everything from every other hero. Yeah, and that's true. They do borrow a lot. The book is having a hard time. You can tell they're doing everything they can to pump it up. Usually signs of a character's book failing is a lot of guest characters and things like that, and outfit changes. And we've seen that with Carol Danvers. LOL. Which reboot is the one, 9th or 10th? And see, that's it, picking on the reboot again. And that's true. It has been. The thing called Carol Danvers is obnoxious, cocky, poor leader. Not the real Carol Danvers. And that's true. If you really, and before you at me, once again, people love to at me in here, but actually take time and read those older books. I have those. I have the complete series, complete volume 1, complete volume 2. I've done a lot of those in comic book battle, cover battle, and you can see those in there too. And there was some fantastic art, some good stories, and some of the stories were weak too. That's normal. But overall, people weren't really big into this and enjoying it. The character was rebooted 12 times because sales were bad every time. Come out with a new number 1 issue. That's true. She's never been a top seller. Plain and simple. People are really clapping back on this. Here we go. Read the Brian Reed Miss Marvel solo series from '06. Heaps better. Yeah, you know what? That's a great point. She has had some great titles and things, but she's had a lot of really bad ones. Once again, a lot of comics have that, but she's had more bad, probably arguably, than good. Once again, debatable. People throwing on Rogue there as their favorite because Rogue stole her powers for a long period of time. Once again, I like Carol Danvers. Once again, I like the old incarnations of her. I would like to see a little bit more of that character come back, though I will say this title has gotten a little better. It's not as terrible as it was. Once again, I said the art was okay. The storyline hasn't been absolutely terrible for the last few issues either. Nothing that you're going to want to jump out and buy the issues off the shelves for, saying, oh, you've got to have this. I can't say that. I can't say they're good enough that it's a must-read, but it is a little bit better, and that's, pretty good. But I mean, these people are, really railing and tearing this person apart. Once again, please be nice to people. People are allowed to have opinions. If it's their favorite, more power to them. Like this drawing here, I think this is a nice looking Carol Danvers. Not bad. Absolutely, she looks female again. And as I said, the portrayal in the movies, I think they really missed the mark. And I'm not blaming Brie Larson either, though I think outside of work, she's probably a bit of not a great person to be with, and maybe a little sexist. But, she's stuck dealing with the writing, the direction. The actors have to do that for the most part. And I think that movie suffered because of it. Hopefully, moving forward, we can see a better, more relatable, a better liked Carol Danvers. A little bit nicer, nice attitude, maybe get a little bit more of the back. And then the past too. In the earlier incarnations, she struggled with depression some, alcoholism. I mean, bring out some of those things in a character. That makes characters interesting. People don't have to have a character look like them. They have to have things in them they see that they like, they enjoy, they understand the struggles and things like that. What makes a character a good hero is overcoming, not giving up, looking past things, not being super powerful and blow anything away. Sure, that's cool and all, but it's only a small part. But that's my views on this. I'd like to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on Captain Marvel? Do you see Captain Marvel going in the right direction? I hope so. Or do you see it, unfortunately, going downhill, which is what I fear is going to continue happening, because Marvel just doesn't seem to know what to do with this character. They really don't. They're throwing everything at the wall and hoping something sticks at this point, and it looks like they're going to be doing that for the movies too as well. Well, that's my thoughts. Once again, let me know in the comments. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Until next time, keep it cool.